There is a lot of new development happening in Wentzville these days and a ton of these brand new homes. So there's three really big developments happening right now if you're in the market for more of a luxury home in Wentzville where base pricing is going to be upwards of $700,000 to $800,000. So today we're talking about Saxony Ridge by Lombardo, Auden Hollow by JS Clement, and Dell Creek Crossing, which is a new Fischer Frichtel community. And with any of these, after lot premiums and upgrades, you're going to see prices between $800,000 and upwards of $2 million if you really want to go heavy with the upgrades on these homes. Hey, welcome back to the Living St. Louis channel. I'm Jacob.
I'm Kelly. Welcome to Wentzville. So I actually live in the corridor where these three developments are, and I did a drive-by through all of them yesterday so that we could give you a little bit more concrete information instead of just what you can find online. It's interesting because I think a lot of people, when they think of Wentzville, they think that it's either sold out and there's nothing they can get in new construction because it does feel very developed, or they don't think that they could get the luxury home in Wentzville, especially new construction. So I was very pleasantly surprised when I did the drives through these communities. And to Jacob's point, I only saw one house in Dell Creek under $1 million. And it was like $950, I think. And I think 6 or so of them have closed in the last year. And that was the $950 was the lowest price.
With these three specifically, you're looking at least 3-acre lots for some of these. Even some of them will have like 5-acre lots if you're looking for like a wooded backyard, a private pond in the back, more acreage than some of these other communities that are on the smaller side with the lots and lower prices.
And what I thought was very, very interesting was Saxony. They don't even have roads yet. It's just gravel roads. They haven't even started the roads there, and they're selling lots. Dell Creek is halfway sold out or more than halfway sold out on their lots, and they haven't even had their grand opening yet. So their grand opening is February 24th from 11 to 2, and they're already halfway sold out on their lots. So Auden Hollow, there's one house under construction. There's one foundation poured. There will only be 9 lots in there. Starting price is $900,000. This builder is a very, very custom builder. They've been in the St. Louis area for about 30 years and build a tremendous product. So these are the homes that we're talking about are going to go upwards of $1 million.
Upwards of $1 million, yes. And these are the builders where if you really want to add, $200,000 or $300,000 of upgrades, you can do that because, everything is very custom. You can make adjustments and make changes to have all of those luxury features. If that's something you're looking for, you have a lot of room for that.
So the builder, Clement Builder, who is doing Auden Hollow, did Auden Prairie in Defiance. So it's going to be very similar. And it is gorgeous. So it's down Highway N, past Z, just past Interstate, not quite to Hepperman. And it is on the south side of Highway N. They did pour the concrete. So there's a concrete road that you can drive back there. It's just one cul-de-sac with 9 lots, and they are gorgeous. They're all wooded.
And hey, by the way, if you're looking at doing a new construction home, regardless of the price point and area, we cover the whole St. Louis market. If you want help with that process, please send us an email or send us a text message. We are a group of realtors. And especially when it comes to new construction, walking people through the process of selecting your lot, your floor plan, upgrades, negotiations. That is a long process, especially if it's, 9 to 12 months. We're here every step of the way.
Yeah, especially if you're doing that from out of town.
Yeah, doing it from out of town or out of state is especially tricky to navigate.
It is. We have multiple clients under contract with homes right now that are new construction, and we're the eyes, ears, feet on the ground if you can't be here.
Exactly. Auden Hollow, really, these are very high-end luxury homes. You have 8 very customizable floor plans you can pick from. So if you want to make certain upgrades or certain adjustments to the plan, if you want to have, for example, a detached garage or anything of that nature, you can certainly do that. I mean, one of them, the one all the way back there, has a private lake in the backyard on 5 acres, which is a really cool lot if that's something you want to have.
Yeah, the whole subdivision is going to be just gorgeous. There's one house that's under construction. They were putting stone on it today. There's a foundation that's been put in. So that's going to be a great subdivision. And because you're so close to the intersection of Highway Z and Highway N, it's very easy to access anything from there. You're also very close to South Point Prairie, which takes you across to the David Hochul Parkway. So it's easy access to the downtown Wentzville, which is off the Wentzville Parkway, but it's also close to Lake St. Louis if you hop on Highway N and just drive all the way down there.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, I will put in some drone footage to show you what this neighborhood is looking like. And what I'll also do is show, because Auden Prairie, they have more finished homes in that neighborhood. Same builder, JS Clement, they do a really good job. So you'll want to, I'll show the pictures of the kitchen, the bathrooms, because they do a really good job. Like if you want to pick out all of these custom features for countertops, flooring, finishes, that kind of stuff, your tiling and woodwork.
They're really cool because they build big homes, but they're largely customizable because they used to be strictly custom home builders.
So Saxony Ridge is a beautiful new community by Lombardo. This was just recently released. So they are going to have 28 lots in here, all 3+ acres. The lots are sold separately, which is something to know about this community. With Saxony, Lombardo has their Tradition series and the Cranbrook series. The Cranbrook is more of their very custom series of home plans they're offering. And really here, the base pricing starts at $700,000.
The interesting thing I think about Saxony is as you're looking through Wentzville, now most of these luxury enclaves that we're talking about are in unincorporated St. Charles County with the Wentzville or Forestdale zip. Saxony is the only one that is not in the Wentzville school district. So Saxony actually is just the smallest little portion of South Point Prairie that is Francis Howell. The rest are Timberland or North Point, which is very interesting to me as someone whose family has gone to the Wentzville schools. I didn't realize. I checked and triple checked because I thought this was Timberland 100% based on my knowledge of the Wentzville school district. But actually Saxony, if you want your child to go to Francis Howell, this is an option, the only option in Francis Howell of any of the subdivisions that we're talking about.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Because yeah, you're right. It is a weird cutoff on the map. It literally goes around the neighborhood, and then Saxony is fully in the Francis Howell district.
Literally just this neighborhood.
Yeah.
And Saxony is really cool because it's down Highway Z, like at Highway Z in South Point Prairie. So it's really close to New Melly, which is a really charming little town that has cute restaurants, cute shops. My favorite restaurant, Maracas.
Yeah.
A little Mexican restaurant. But New Melly's very charming. But if you head up Z the opposite direction, if you head north on Z, you're very close to the Highway N, Highway Z corridor again, which can pretty much get you anywhere you want to go. And it's interesting because again, people think, oh, if I'm building on land, I'm way out in the country. All of these subdivisions that we're talking about, they're not in the middle of nowhere. So you will feel like you're living in the country because what they've done when they're carving out these subdivisions is they've maintained as many of the mature trees that were already there. So when you drive through these subdivisions, they feel very well established. They're well treed. There might be little, ponds or other things in here. Most, if not all of these subdivisions will also have private roads. So I live in a subdivision where there's private roads. You have to take care of your own snow removal. You do pay for the electric for like your street lights. And if there's damage or anything that happens to your road, that is something that comes out of your HOA that your HOA is in charge of and responsible for maintaining. Usually also in these larger subdivisions, what you will find is more common ground. So that higher HOA takes into consideration the maintenance of that common ground.
That's a very good point. So Dell Creek is, again, another very luxury set of homes you have by Fischer and Frichtel. Same idea. These are, meant to be very custom. You have a lot of upgrades you can choose from. I mean, whether you're looking to spend $1 million or $2+ million, you really have a lot of choices when it comes to these homes by Fischer and Frichtel. I mean, some of them also range from 2,200 square feet on the lower end for some of the ranches, and then 4,000 plus for one of the larger ranch options or a bigger 1.5 if that's your preference.
Yeah, and I think the nice thing about Fischer and Frichtel is that those of us who have been in the St. Louis area for a very long time are familiar with that builder. They've been building luxury homes in our area for a very long time. I would say, Clement and Lombardo also. Lombardo would be the newest to our area, but they've all been building quality product for a long time, so you can feel very comfortable building with any of those builders. I know I would. Something else to think about when you're buying a house on 3+ acres is that you will have a private sewage system, i.e. a septic tank. And you will have to do propane because it's too large of a lot to tap into your public gas.
They're going to be on public water, which is one thing to know. So you're not going to have a well in your yard, but septic tank, instead of a public sewer.
Little extra maintenance.
Yeah.
And then I think propane tends to be a little bit more costly than your traditional gas. But again, when you're building or buying any house on 3 or more acres, you're probably going to have that more often than not.
Yes.
So the good thing about these 3 subdivisions that we've been talking about is you do have 3 different options for schools as far as high schools and the middle and elementary schools that feed to them. So Del Creek will be North Point High School, and then their corresponding middle and elementary schools. Saxony, as we discussed, was Francis Howell, and then Auden Hollow is Timberland.
Yeah, so you have 3 really great choices for school district depending on what neighborhood you want to be in.
Of course, there's multiple private school options that are easily accessible from any of these also.
Yeah, they do a really, really great job. And if you're looking for one of those, more custom built homes by a production builder with a lot of options for upgrades, you will certainly have that with any 3 of these new neighborhoods. And again, if you're looking to build a home anywhere in the St. Louis area, maybe with one of these builders, get in touch with us. Just send us over an email or a text, and we would love to work with you through that process.
Thanks so much.
Thanks for watching.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.
You nailed that.
I'll cut that up a lot.
We got a lot of material in that one. Oh, the yellow brick road.
Right. There is a lot of new
Thanks so much.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the
Kellie.
next one. You want to do that again?
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.